New York Museum misused $597,000 in federal funds, investigators say. Federal investigators have found that high-ranking administrators at the New York State Museum in Albany directed a subordinate to falsify timesheets, allowing the state to improperly draw down $597,624 in federal grants from the U.S. Geological Survey between 2020 and 2022. The findings were published in a summary of an investigation conducted by the U.S. Department of Interior's Office of Inspector General, in conjunction with New York State Comptroller Thomas P. DiNapoli. The probe followed reporting by the New York Times in late 2024, when former payroll employee Brian Slater accused a manager of ordering him to submit false timesheets as part of a scheme to bilk federal funds, and said high-ranking state officials had supported the fraud. The Inspector General's office said it substantiated the allegations, determining that museum administrators instructed employees to submit inaccurate timesheets reflecting inflated levels of involvement in the Geological Survey mapping project and improperly reallocated funds to pay staff salaries. The report has been delivered to the director of the U.S. Geological Survey so he can pursue potential collection of lost revenues and any other appropriate action. This comes almost 3 years after the New York State Education Department, which oversees the museum, quickly closed its own investigation and declared the allegations unsubstantiated. The Education Department has now acknowledged the Inspector General's findings. Spokesman J.P. O'Hare said the agency was fully transparent and cooperative throughout the process and is prepared to reimburse any grant funding ultimately determined not to have been supported by the required state match. Slater, in a statement to The Times, said he suspected officials would be more willing to repay what was owed to Washington than to directly punish those implicated. He added that while repaying funds may address the financial impact on the USGS, it does not address the harm done to museum employees who were pressured into participation for fear of job loss. That's the story. Thanks for listening.